a video for you today on the look that I'm wearing right here, and this video was inspired by another YouTuber, and her name is Pinup Beauty, and she did this Mila Kunis inspired makeup tutorial, and I really loved it and I wanted to recreate it, so that is what I'm doing today. So yeah, I really love this. I used a couple of MAC eyeshadows and then I used my Naked 2, so any kind of neutral colors you have you can totally recreate this with. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching.
So I already primed my eyes, and now what I'm going to do is apply my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot all over my eyelid from the lid to the brow, and I'm also going to apply this on the lower lash line as well. Next I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bad to the Bronze, and I'm just going to apply this all over the eyelid. And this is going to give a nice color base for the eyeshadow we're going to put down. Next I'm going to take my MAC Soft Brown eyeshadow, and this is a Sigma E25, and I'm really going to apply this first deep into the crease, and then I'm going to blend this up towards the brow bone. You can take this up pretty high, don't be afraid to really smoke out this shade. And I really want to build this up, so I'm applying a little bit, really focusing on that outer corner, and then pulling it through the crease and up. Next I'm taking my NYX eyeshadow and I Have a Headache, and I'm applying that under my brow as my highlight. So I'm just going to apply that right under the arch, and then out towards the tail, and then on the inner part, and I'm going to blend that down into the shadow we put in the crease. Next I'm going to take MAC's Swiss Chocolate on that same brush, and again I'm really focusing this on the outer corner, so I'm really kind of pushing that into the crease and just slightly pulling it over about like halfway into the crease, and then really blending it out into that shade that we put down prior. And again, I'm really going to build this up. You want this to be nice and dark and intense, so I'm going to apply some product, blend it out, and then apply some more, and just keep going back and forth with that. And when you do windshield wiper motions and circular motions, I find that really blends the shadow out the best. Now I'm going to take a MAC 239 in the shade Snakebite out of the Naked 2, and I'm going to apply that all over the eyelid. I really love how she mixed these cool and warm shades. I think it's really pretty. Then I'm going to take that brush from before and just blend over that line to make sure it's all seamless. Then I'm going to take that same Snakebite shade on the same brush and spray it with some MAC Fix Plus and just apply that to the lid again, and that will really intensify that shade. Now I'm going to go in with Busted on that same brush, and I'm going to apply that in the outer corner. So I'm going to build it up, build up the intensity a little bit, and then I'm going to flip my brush, and I'm sorry my hand got in the way, but I made a little flicking motion so that I could really almost create like a wing in that outer corner. So I'm really going to get that shape in there and then apply that product into it. Then I'm going to go back with that brush from before, and I'm really going to blend it out. You really want to create that kind of like pulled upward shape, but you don't want to have a line. So just get that shape in there with that brush and then blend it. And then I'm going to apply more product just to make sure it's nice and intense. We didn't lose any of that intensity while blending. And then blend some more. Then I'm going to go into the shade Blackout with an angled brush, and I sped this up because I think you guys get the point. So I'm first going to line my entire lash line with this, just kind of building it up so it's nice and dark, but you don't want to have a defined line. The point of this is you want it to be very smoky and soft. You don't want any harsh lines. So I'm first just going to line that lash line. Then I'm going to start on the wing. So what I do is I create a little bit of the wing, and then I grab a brush and I blend it out. Go back in with that angled brush, create more of the wing, and then go in and blend it out. And using the MAC 239, which I grabbed here, is the easiest because it's flat. So you can really apply that product and then blend it precisely with that 239. So I just keep going back and forth until I'm happy with it. Next I'm taking my Smashbox Limitless liner in Java, so this is brown, not black. And I'm going to line my upper and lower waterline with this. Next I'm going to take that Blackout shade again on this kind of flat brush, and I usually smoke out my lower lash line a lot, but for this look she kept it very tight to the lower lash line. So I'm taking that black, connecting it with that wing, and then pulling it along my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with that shade Busted in the 239 brush again, and I'm just going to buff that out. I'm going to smoke it out a little bit, but it's not brought down too far, not like I would usually do. And then I'm just going to blend it out. And I'm just patting over that shade again just to make sure it's nice and intense. Then I'm taking my telescopic mascara and my voluminous butterfly. The butterfly is for the lower lashes. That is a waterproof mascara. And then the telescopic is for my top lashes. And now I'm applying my favorite lashes ever. These are the Kiss number 3s. These are absolutely, by far, my favorite lashes of life. So I'm just applying those. I love how they're shorter on the inner and outer corner and longest in the center. These just fit my eyes like, I don't know, the perfect gloves. These are amazing. So just pop those on, and you can see the difference here with the eye without it and with them. It just really makes it very nice and full, but it's not too over the top. And so now I'm taking that black shadow again and pushing it into the line of the lashes, into the band, to really hide that glue. So you'd never know they were false lashes. Then I'm just taking that brush from before and just blending over that line to keep it smoky. Again, we don't want it to look like a harsh line of liner, so this is going to make sure it remains nice and soft. Then I'm taking my MAC Rice Paper eyeshadow. This is the most beautiful inner corner highlight ever, and I'm applying that with my MAC pencil brush. Now this is a Jordana lip liner. I am so sorry, I don't remember the name. I will put it down below. But anyway, I'm just lining my lips with this. It is very close to my natural lip color. And so I'm really shading the inner and outer corners, and then right on the edge of my lower lip and the top. And then as you can see, I kind of start making little lines on my lips and then shade in the inner part a little bit. This is just creating a lot of depth to my lips, and it makes them look a lot fuller. And then this is a Maybelline lipstick. It's nude, nude something, but it's one of their new lipsticks. I'll leave that down below as well, but this is the most amazing lip.
Alright, you guys, so that is all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really like how this turned out. And if you did too, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!